Next is from Eddie Hogan. Subject is time to worry. Question for Konnan. Enjoyed the Rumble event last night. I have to ask you that if you think WWE should be worried about CM Punk. I'm not the only one that thinks that Paul looks slow, kind of out of shape in the ring, and it seems like he's aged a lot recently too. I mean, he did have a bald spot in AEW, and in the Rumble he had that dry, thin hair, and his bald patch at the back of his head was showing.
He had the same bald spot
Plus, he
in
was
AEW.
moving slow, and it seemed, unless he's just selling, that his arm got hurt during the match too.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
this is an old. Yeah, this
it
guy.
was prior to that announcement, but
Right. Yeah. Okay. What I'm asking
How
Conan,
how
well,
does
let me
CM
finish.
Punk, Joe?
Let me finish the email.
Yeah.
40,
What I'm asking you, Conan, is do
44,
you
I
think
think.
WWE have, guys?
Go ahead.
What I'm asking you, Conan, is do you think that the WWE have anything to worry about here? Did they buy a broken car that's going to spend more time in the garage and on the road? All right. Well, I'm gonna answer this real quick before Conan does. I said this was one of the
Even though he
factors.
asked me.
I
Okay.
said this was one of the factors that you had to take into consideration bringing Punk back is that he has been getting hurt a lot
Yeah.
recently. He's had two injuries in AEW and one right off the bat here in WWE. And he's an injury risk, which is weird that he's getting hurt in wrestling and he was training in MMA for two years and didn't get hurt. It's like I think that's kind of crazy if you think about it. Go ahead.
Well, he was only in 2 fights and neither lasted that
Yeah, but
long. But
still in training.
He was
You're
training.
fighting and training.
Yeah.
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 Pretty much daily almost.
Well, let me just say, yeah, I know how MMA training goes.
And
Joe.
he's 45
Actually
by
was
the
in it. He's 45.
by the yeah.
So he started in what year?
1998. Yeah.
So that's how many years?
1997. So it's 27 years almost.
27 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been through 27 years of, well, he took like 5 years off, right? But like you said, he was MMA training. So he's been through like 27 years, through grinding on the road and going through ROH, which was that physical style. And that's always been his, I'm the best. And he wrestles physical. And it's catching up with him like
Yeah.
it has with Brian Danielson, like it did with Eddie Guerrero, like it did with a lot of people. That's a rough style to maintain for 20 plus years. And and what they have right now is a guy who's injury prone. Okay?
And let's not forget, let's look over at AEW. Brian Danielson,
Yeah, I
Ring
said
of
Brian
Honor
Danielson.
style.
Adam
Cole.
Yeah.
But
That
the funny
sucks.
thing is, all these guys, and the narrative was their fans always on Miz for
'Cause
being
he's
like
too safe.
he's
Right.
You're
Right.
it's like,
And
well,
look who's
so
still around. Right.
I mean, come on.
Right. And
that's
making
what
more
the-
money.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the fans would say about you back in the day too, Di.